Good morning, oranges. Top of the muffin to ya. Potato salad. We still on for lunch? Great. Sliced bread. You're the best thing I've seen since, well, you know. Oh, hello. Don't think I forgot about you. Friendly at Fareway. It's more than just a name.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Chris Williams, Chris Hassel. Two Chris's, one network. This is Two Guys. Presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery. From the Channel Seed Studios, this is Two Guys. Exclusively on Iowa Everywhere.
What is going on? Welcome to On Location show. And we have a massive crowd here at Eggs and Jam in West Des Moines. Make some noise, everybody. Yeah. All right.
Thanks for coming out.
Hey, sorry about the delay. We were having a little bit of a speaker problem. We wanted to make sure everybody who's out here this morning could hear the show. This is awesome. We got Hassel in late last night where I was your Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, you pulled up to the airport not very subtly in your Cyclone Fanatic Iowa Everywhere monster truck.
Yeah.
And
it's not big enough, actually. I think I'm going to upgrade to the 2500.
Here, look. I've got the...
Oh, look at this. We got
the crowd a little
look
bit.
At that.
All right. Hey, everybody. Out here on the patio. It's a beautiful day. Sun's shining.
It's a little brisk, to be honest. It feels like it's like November, but I'm not complaining. It's better than 100 degrees and like muggy.
I'll take it. And we already got an incredible gift that you're using as a blanket to start the show. Samson, who was somehow able to find this Clarinda Academy.
Well, it's technically the correctional facility.
Clarinda Treatment Complex shirt.
So that includes my grandpa, the warden, who would shock all the people when they got out of line.
And we have royalty here today.
Are you talking about Fails?
No. Mike Williams.
Oh, yeah. Mike Williams is right over there. Dad,
hey, Mike.
Rub your dog's ass all over the floor, buddy.
My dad's going to be pissed, but I didn't let him come. I thought it would be way too combustible.
So I texted my dad yesterday, and I was like, hey, Don's coming. Because Don was in the comments, and he was talking about how he's going to make the trip, and I'm like, this would be great to get you. And then I think Don found out Mike was coming, and he completely backed off.
Is that what happened?
I can't guarantee
I was telling my
but
dad not to come, but I know him. He would come regardless if you told him to come.
Well, the last time your dad came, he got everybody the stomach flu.
Oh, my God. And he wouldn't shake people's hands?
Yeah, and he's just like coughing all over us. And no. So we're out at Eggs and Jam out in West Des Moines. This will probably be I would say, an hour and a half show at least.
Well, don't promise anything. You can't.
Look at this.
You can't back up. We've got a lot to talk about.
So much to get
look,
to.
if we don't hit it in this show, we're live at Big Grove later with Scott Doctorman. We can hit it in that show. Kind of a special two guys over there for the big game.
Y'all can come out and hang out with. Do you people work? This is great. Like y'all took time off to get drunk at 9:30 on a Friday.
All right, what do we have more out here? Do we have more Iowa fans or Cyclone fans? All right, who
Iowa State fans.
All right, Cyclones, give us a cheer. Okay, Hawkeye fans. It's pretty damn close.
It is pretty close. Yeah, I kind of was looking around earlier and thought the same thing. We do have a Fareway meat expert that's going to join us and get to the skinless brat debate.
Great. I just
JC's
had some skin-on brats earlier this week for Labor Day. So
garbage. Absolutely garbage. We're in the Channel Seed studio, the mobile channel. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful eggs and jam.
Well, wonderful. Thank you
glasses,
so much.
Thank you.
There you go. A little advertising there. I see what you're doing. That's smart. So we're going to break down the game. I don't know about you. I've been absolutely obsessed with this game all week long. I don't think I could break it down more in depth than I have internally. So I'm looking forward to hashing that out over the next hour.
I feel like
or
I've
so.
listened to like every single podcast out there that has broken this game down. I listened to the A&F podcast actually watched it on the flight here, and those guys did an awesome job breaking things down. Not only this game, but how Iowa totally crapped the bed last year when they had that lead and just kept running into basically a goal line defense.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't let McNamara throw the ball.
Well, it turned out to probably be a pretty good move.
They lost the game.
To do that. Like, this is a true story. So we got back. Andy will like this. We were I picked Hassel up at like midnight at the airport or whatever. Well, so Channel 13 was starting its newscast super late because that NFL game got delayed. And we were sitting there. We may or may not have had a couple of nostalgias in us.
May or may not have.
They kept playing the what's your quarterback's name?
Gronkowski.
They kept playing him, overthrowing that guy by like 10 yards in the end zone.
It was that and the one where he underthrew the guy 10 yards in the end zone. They were back to back, but I swear they showed in every tease they showed those throws.
Yeah,
we probably saw it 10 times last night on the newscast.
Bastard, And then if you listen to the Iowa practice reports, because quarterbacks in Iowa practice they thrive. He makes that throw 999 times out of 1,000.
Aiden, do you have the sound from, and Aiden Wyatt is producing on site today. Van Woke is really upset that he couldn't be here, but he had a protest to attend.
Yeah, he's up burning a flag.
Aiden, the sound on when Gronowski was asked about his performance at
this poor guy.
Media Day this week, and I was kind of surprised by his answer.
One of the things is just calm my feet down a little bit, slow everything down, and make sure I'm catching it, then punching, getting into my drop, just so I can start seeing everything and just really just trust my throws. And just sometimes, just having that like screw it mindset. Just we're gonna throw it, we're gonna sling it, and that way we're gonna have more completions that way and we'll get more balls down the field.
Do you think maybe that stemmed from just first game jitters, just the feet work and not letting it loose a little bit?
100%. And that's again the first game jitters a little bit. Just really got to have that mindset going into this week and the rest of the season. Just kind of have that screw it mentality. Like we got to just go out there, play ball, have fun, just play free, and you'll end up playing more fast by doing that.
I hadn't heard that, but I did watch Kirk Ferentz's press conference today.
Wait, can I give my take on what he said? What are you doing?
I thought you were wanting me to give my take on it. Okay, fine.
I haven't given my take
Just jump
on
in
it.
and give your take. What do you think?
Do we really think that Kirk Ferentz is going to let this guy go out there and just play with a screw it mindset, just not think about anything, just go out there and just play screw it, toss it around, sling it? We really think that's going to happen?
No. Especially on the road in your first road start.
No chance.
Find that. Well, not his first road start. You have to say everything with a asterisk with this guy because he's played so much football, but he's never played in an atmosphere like he's going to see tomorrow.
Well, that's debatable. He was at Kinnick Stadium last week. He played at Kinnick Stadium at South Dakota. But yes, a road game of this magnitude, if he was that nervous for a game against Albany, I don't think there's any way Kirk Ferentz lets this guy go out there and try to test Iowa State's safeties deep, which is what I think Iowa might need to do to win the game.
Eventually, but so I'll give you from my standpoint, when I watched Iowa's, I think their offensive line is like really, really good.
It's great.
Like we knew it would be good. Like I think it might be definitely the best one in the last 5 years, maybe borderline in the last 10 for them.
I agree.
So I guess the question,
but you're not going to win this game just running the football.
No, maybe, but like to me, the special recipe I was going to get to in our Wyckoff segment would just be those 7-minute Iowa drives, those vintage ones to shorten this game, right? Like to me, like if I'm trying to map out a way for the University of Iowa to win this one, it includes two of those things. Because with Iowa State's three-man front, now they're pretty good at stopping the run, right? Like last year was an outlier because they had all those injuries at linebacker. But if you look at Iowa State statistics under John Haycock since they moved to the three-man front, they've consistently been in the top 3 of the Big 12 when it comes to stopping the run. So they can do it, but they've had a harder time with these power-type teams, these Kansas States, these Iowas over the years when it comes to doing that. So, like, if your quarterback's going to have an opportunity to do what you say they need to do, they've got to just be able to go out there and just pound Iowa State in the first half as far as the run game goes. But I just don't think, like, in quarter one, Iowa State, when they're dropping 8, because that's what they do until they –
Are they going to do that, though?
Absolutely. They will in the first quarter.
If they do that,
in the first quarter,
if they do that, then Iowa will run all over them.
Yeah, and
they made the adjustment last year, and this was one of the most eye-opening things from the A&F podcast that I watched. They showed exactly what happened. Iowa, in the second half, tried to do what they did in the first half last year and run power. And Caleb Johnson was running all over in the first half, had a couple of huge runs, even had one early in the third quarter. But then Iowa State basically put a goal line defense out there because they knew Iowa wasn't going to throw the ball.
And
that's what Iowa State will do
eventually,
if Gronowski can't throw the ball or isn't allowed to throw the ball down the field.
I think if Iowa's going to get on Iowa State through the air, it'll be early. I mean, it would have to be coming out.
I just don't know if Kirk's going to let Lester do that. I think they're going to need to win the game, but I think he's scared to death after what he saw from Gronowski in that first game.
Did you ever listen to my podcast with Leistico?
I listened to every one of the podcasts you do.
So didn't you think like Chad was hedging a little bit on the quarterback thing? Didn't it feel like that?
Well, I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
But
he said specifically like you're getting Iowa at a good time.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
I think
he'll
he
be
was
better and
stunned by how everybody was. I mean, come on, that was a horrific quarterback performance in that game from a guy that you paid $2 million to or thereabouts,
allegedly,
who's won 50 games in his college career.
FCS.
Yeah, who had already played in Kinnick Stadium.
Yeah.
I just look, I think he's going to be better. I have no doubt that Gronowski's going to be better. But I wonder if we overrated what he could do with his arm. I think the majority of that money they're paying him is for his legs and his durability. And I think they're just going to keep running him.
Monumental
upgrade. I think he might run more than he passes in this game. What is going on over there?
Keep getting calls.
Can you silence your damn phone?
I just did.
Jeez.
It was silenced. It was just vibrating.
All these people have their phones silenced, and you can't do it. You're hosting a show. This is awesome, by the way. I've never done a show like this. I know you have. I know Murph and Andy did a great job on over the summer with the patio tour and with Murph and Andy this week, and they've done it a bunch. But this is cool.
Yeah, and thanks again to everybody for coming out, because if we're doing this in front of like 5 people, it's not nearly as awesome. It's funny because we were joking that the two dads are hedging a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. It just feels like the later we get in the week, both of the dads are because your dad is now predicting a Cyclone victory.
My dad predicted,
and my dad put out this sentimental, like, "Oh, it's a great state.
You know what? We should all
hold hands."
Put your sword down. Let's embrace what a great rivalry and tradition that's. Look, I'm not gay. But I love this rivalry. And I love Iowa fans. No, he didn't actually say that. But he said basically that he was setting it up to where if Iowa wins, he won't look as bad. And my dad
oh, he's pissed now. You got him all fired up over there.
He's yelling, but I can't
come whoop
hear
your
him.
ass, Southwest Iowa style.
My dad predicted a 12-0 Iowa season. And after that performance by Gronowski, he has Iowa State winning 20-17. He's off the bandwagon.
Well, I wish Don was here. That's the only thing that would have made today better. Again, we'll be at Big Grove coming up later today. Let's do our Wyckoff comfort zone segment, shall we? Let's lean into this. And so what this segment is, as we lead into it, Hassel gives his take on the Clones. What do the Clones have to do to be in their comfort zone on Saturday? I do the same with Iowa. Do we have it open for this, Aiden? No, we don't. We're just going to thank our friends. Mr. Wyckoff's over there, right there. Give him a round of applause. We have a ton of our sponsors here.
Yeah.
We got people from Fareway, Carbless. It's so cool to have everybody get together. WyckoffComfort.com. I'll let you go. You seem like you're a little more with it. If Iowa State's going to win,
more with it.
Yeah. What does Iowa State have to do to win this game?
Well, I think their comfort zone should be to get out of their comfort zone. I don't think that they should treat this game like the Kansas State game, where you pound it and pound it and pound it and pound it, and then hopefully in the second half you start busting things open. I think that their advantage is when they have the ball is when the ball is in Rocco's hand. And I think that they can really take advantage of some mismatches with their great tight ends, some size mismatches, and really get a lot of one-on-ones, because I don't know about Iowa's linebackers and Iowa's cornerbacks at this point.
Yeah.
I think you test that. I think you let Rocco win you this game. I'm not saying you throw it 40 times. Just saying, I think you can really test this Iowa defense and create some mismatches with all the different looks that Iowa State has, and you shouldn't just be pounding the ball up the middle with, I almost called him Carson King, but Carson Hansen, like they did against Kansas State.
I think Iowa State's ace in the hole with this is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He's just Taylor Mauser. Of
I
course,
love both these offensive coordinators.
You love Lester, man.
Not as much as Ben McCullum, but I do love him.
No. Mauser's gotten more and more aggressive the more plays he's called at Iowa State. And he talked about that in his press conference this week where it was really good if you guys, even if you're an Iowa fan, just to go and watch the insight that he gave us. But he said early on last year he was almost like afraid to make the big mistake as a play caller. And, man, like you come out last week and we're all like, oh, they're going to be fatigued. They're going to have jet lag. This is a trap game. And you throw a 66-yard bomb on the first play last week. And that's you do that because you have confidence in the quarterback. So, while I agree with you, I don't necessarily know if we'll see it, right? Like, it wouldn't shock me entirely if Iowa State tried to establish the run and do all that. I could see him go out there in, like, 13 personnel and just but – The key really, you're right, though, when Iowa State has won this game, it's either been kind of like like the Jake Knott interception year was a little bit fluky. There were all these turnovers. There was the Steele Jancy year where it was like that was – but when Iowa State's won the game, it's because they've been aggressive. And they were in Kinnick Stadium. You're talking at the second half last season.
Absolutely. They were playing basically a goal line defense in their own territory. 70 yards away from the goal line, and Iowa just kept running right into it and wouldn't change as they got the ball back, and then they started passing the football, and Rocco Becht made some huge plays. They don't have those receivers that they have, but, man, who would have thought that they would have the tight end advantage in a game against Iowa, that Iowa State would have the better tight ends?
They really do. So I would go, for my Wyckoff segment here on the Comfort Zone, I'm going to go the opposite. Like, it just cracks.
What, you're going to do it? You think that
no, you guys need to quit worrying about, oh, we're going to improve our passing game and do all this crap. No, you guys need to go out there and just suck time off of this clock. Like, who's the old fullback? Weissman, however many years
Mark
ago?
Weissman, that turned into a running back?
Yeah, he had they had like that 12-minute possession against Iowa State. I think it was 2017. No, it wasn't. This was still Paul Rhodes. So
Weissman was like 2012.
Yeah. But do you remember that game?
Yeah.
And they had like a 12-minute possession in the third quarter that absolutely just sucked the life out of that place. And I think that's how, like, forget about, I got to go over. I don't think it's probably a matchup you're going to win. Like, if Iowa wins this game,
but what's
it's
Iowa
because
State's
they make
biggest
it
defensive
ugly.
weakness so far? It's those safeties. They got
think it's their
burned
defensive
twice
line.
deep.
I disagree. Like, you're right. But does Iowa have the quarterback and the players to do that?
But they better.
I don't know if they do, though.
You
think
have to
Iowa
at least
has
try it.
I think they have the offensive line, tight end, and running backs to make this ugly as hell, and you limit the possessions. Because
I think that's exactly what Kirk Ferentz is going to try to do.
I think it's what they should do. I think it's your best chance to win this football game.
I don't think Iowa can.
You don't want to
win
get
this
into
game.
a beauty contest.
No, I'm not saying that. But I think you do have to stretch that defense. You have to test those safeties a little bit. You have to be able to try to at least throw it downfield and stretch it, or else Iowa State's going to make that adjustment and bring all those guys up if you show that you're not going to throw it.
I think Iowa State's weakness on the defense is definitely you have Dom Orange, but after that, none of those guys are really proven on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ezeagu's played a lot of football. He had a really good game against Kansas State.
Don't you think that they're going to give those guys help?
Eventually, but I think...
Because you know what Iowa's going to try to do. They're going to try to pound it up your ass.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it with Gronowski, too. You're going to have to bring guys up. And Iowa's going to have to show that they can try to go over the top.
Good luck. I just don't think you're going to be able to do that over the course of a football game in Ames. I think Iowa State's defense is better in the back seven
throw
than
it
it is
deep
up
every
front.
drive.
Yeah.
I just think you're going to have to at least a handful of times try it deep.
Just to try and keep them honest is what you're saying.
Yes, or else Iowa State is going to do what they did in the second half last year and bring everybody up.
It's just funny to me that we always take the bait like, oh, it's Iowa passing attack, these wide receivers. I mean, I don't know if we took the bait, but as a whole, but then it comes down to like this game, and it's just like even like when Penn State comes to town.
Oh, look what we have here.
baby.
Oh,
Is that a skinless bratwurst?
Eggs and jam. Bloody Mary. Wow.
This Bloody
bacon,
Mary has a skinless
cheese.
brat in it.
This looks amazing. All right, right from coffee to the Bloody Mary. Thank you.
It's tailgate season, right?
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, everybody.
I don't know how to. I'm going to cheers
I dare you
and
to
take a
eat
bite.
that entire sausage in one bite.
Damn, that's good sausage.
It's damn good sausage. All right. Thanks to our friends at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for our Comfort Zone segment. And we got to get those furnaces. Do you even have a furnace?
No. Just air conditioning.
They could still come down there and help you out. Also want to give a shout out to our buddies over at Carbless. Where's our buddies at Carbless at? They're somewhere over here. There we go. Right there.
Yeah.
Hey, put your Carbless in the air, sir. Let's go.
I can't wait to try one of those.
He brought you some.
Awesome.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
I've heard great things.
You know what
I heard?
I don't know if I can say this, but I can't. But you may or may not be able to drink Carbless easier. We'll just put it that way.
Okay.
I have to move on. I can't say anything else.
I heard a story.
I can't say anything else.
That Carbless has converted a young, sober man, a once young, sober man.
Really?
Into a Carbless drinker.
Really?
Yeah. This young, sober man,
so he's
about
not
25 years
anymore.
old, had never had alcohol before because he was afraid of the taste of all of it. I think he took a sip of beer once, took a sip of whiskey once, hated it. Well, somebody on the Iowa Everywhere crew got him a Carbless, and
now he's just sucking
now he's
him
a
down.
lush.
Yeah. Now he's just sucking him down. He wants Carbless for breakfast. Real quick to look, because we're looking ahead to the weather forecast. It's going to be perfect tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely perfect for a football game. 71
it doesn't
degrees.
get any better than this.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we had I thought it was like a brutal summer, like as far as like the heat goes, and it was just raining all the time in the month of like July. And now we're having this like perfect weather, and I hope that it's not going to be a deal where it's like 100 degrees in late September, which I guess it certainly could be. But thanks to there's our kickoff game day forecast right there. 61 at kickoff?
61 at kick. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. kick.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be chilly in those tailgate
that's
lots.
perfect, though. Like that's absolutely perfect.
I've got, let's see, how many layers do I have? 1, 2. I've got 3 layers on.
Yeah,
no, 4. I have 4 layers on.
Vest on over it because I like
well, you got your little Clarinda Academy blanket as well.
All right, let's do a couple of college football topics. Of course, we're going to get back to the Cyhawk game.
We're leaving the Cyhawk game
No,
already?
We'll get back to it.
Okay.
Just calm down. I wanted to get onto this Mike Gundy and Dan Lanning war.
You're obsessed with this.
Honestly, one of the stupidest, and I know Gundy's losing it, okay? Like, Gundy's done lost it. He started wrestling alligators a few years ago. He's got a mullet. This guy's been nuts for a long time. He's getting to that point, though, like where he's at the age where he just doesn't care. And now he's clearly, like, not thinking through things. Do you remember when Dion in Colorado was talking all that shit to Dan Lanning? Mm-hmm. And what happened there? They won by like 50.
I was there.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It was a horrible game to call.
You called that game. How many Colorado games did you call that year?
A couple. Called at UCLA as well.
Yeah.
And then what was it that Lanning said after the game? We play for...
We
don't
play for championships.
clicks.
We don't play for clicks and TikToks and the face page. Okay, so Gundy is on some radio show this week, and he starts spouting off about. My guess is this is what happened. Gundy watched the tape on Sunday, and he's like, "Oh shit," because Gundy's got a backup quarterback. His team stinks. He's got to go to Oregon, and then so he decides to fire this shot over at the University of Oregon.
Oregon is paying a lot of money for their team. I guessed that the last 3 years that we spent around $7 million over the 3 years, and I think Oregon spent close to 40 last year alone. Wow. So that was just 1 year.
Okay.
Now, I might be off a few million.
That was Gundy's like radio show, so I'm assuming that's like their Learfield or whatever, whoever owns their rights. Dan Lanning was then asked about this at his press conference the next day.
Said I got a ton of respect for Coach Gundy.
ultimately, how blessed are we to be in a place that's invested in winning? If you want to be a top 10 team in college football, you better be invested in winning. And we spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse for why they don't, right? And ultimately, like, he's a great coach. They've done an unbelievable job, but I want to be a team that's competing at the highest level. And we're really fortunate to be in that situation. So I can't speak on their situation. I have no idea, what they got in their pockets over there. I'm sure UT Martin maybe didn't have as much as them last week, and they played. So we'll let it play out.
I think this is one of the most foolish things that I've seen in a really long time. Oregon is going to absolutely murder that team tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think Gundy was kind of just setting people up to understand that this is not a fair fight. I loved what Lanning said, though. Like, he didn't back down.
I hate what kind of a world are we living in where it's like we're shaming people for spending money on their rosters?
This
is 2025.
Do you think he's shaming them? I think saying. I think he's shaming his own program. I think he's shaming his own fan base.
Interesting.
Because he's saying that I don't have enough here compared to what these other schools are doing.
It's also somewhat ironic, the program that was single-handedly built on T. Boone Pickens
thought the same thing.
And oil money is now bitching about how they're underfunded. That's the only reason they're relevant.
That is ironic. I like that Lanning didn't back down because I think a lot of these instances you have coaches that would push back and try to say, no. He leaned into it. Like, yeah, we're fortunate that we have this kind of support, we have this kind of money to be able to build a great program. I think a lot of coaches would have shied away from that and not talked about it.
Let's get into our locks of the week, shall we?
Let's do it.
Courtesy of our friends at Wild Rose Casinos. You can support them. DraftKings, Bet Rivers, Circa, any of the apps. And that's where I'm leading off with. One of my locks of the week here is I got it at 28.5. I think it's at 29. It doesn't matter. I'd still play it. Oregon minus 28.5. They may outscore Oklahoma State by 4 touchdowns in the first half. This is an absolute blowout.
That is CBS's game. That's the 3:30 window.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oklahoma State at Oregon.
All right. Number 2 for me, I'm going with a bounce back here.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor plus 3 at SMU. A little bit like I think about Iowa. Not as bad as if you just watched Iowa's tape last week. You're like, oh, their linebackers suck. Their quarterback can't throw.
I almost picked that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on the same page. Baylor had like 17 starters coming back, and if you watch the Auburn game, 2 of their possessions, they have turnovers in the red zone. A little bit fluky.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're a Baylor fan, you feel like you let Auburn off the hook. SMU, living a little bit off of last year, they have a ton of new guys that they're working in. I think Baylor goes on the road, gets the win.
And I like your Kansas State pick, too.
Kansas State minus 17 against Army.
I think they're going to destroy Army. I don't think Army's not good this year.
Does this make because you have this game, too. Is it anti-American to make this pick and do one of your locks of the week against the Army?
God, no. Are you kidding me? This is as American as it gets, betting against our Army.
That's true.
Van Woke would be proud.
What other country can you do that in? Hey, it's Jake Brent.
Hey.
You want to hear a great story about how great of a guy Jake is? Thanks, buddy.
He brought your backpack?
I was so frazzled this morning trying to get the girls to school. And, and I had Hassel, so I had to take care of Hassel this morning. I had to get him up and make sure he showered and did all that stuff. I forgot my backpack in my kitchen. It was just swimming in all the Fareway meat that's getting ready for the tailgate.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. My locks of the week are Baylor plus 3 at SMU, Kansas State minus 17 against the Army Academy, and Oregon minus 28.5 against Oklahoma State.
You were 2-3 last week.
I bet too many games last week. You always do it. We're all excited about the season, so we're like, I'm going to play every game on the card, and you end up going 30%. Week 2 is where it starts, baby.
I was under 500 last week as well, 1-2, I believe. So I don't need to really rehash the Army pick. I do love Kansas State minus 17, and a lot of it has to do with how they looked last week. I think they're going to come back and be more like the team we thought they would be. Another Big 12 team, Kansas at Missouri. I love Kansas plus 6.5 at Missouri. I don't know why that line is so high. I get it. It's the SEC, but it's a rivalry game.
I think they may
and I think Kansas is better than many think.
Completely agree with you. And this is a sneaky game for the Big 12, too. if Kansas can win this game, and let's just say in a perfect world, I say that tongue in cheek, Iowa State beats Iowa. Think about for the top of the Big 12 though. Like when you go Oregon, if Arizona State would get past Mississippi State, which is a big if, right? It's a tough road game for them. But if those three programs would win, think about you've got Utah.
This is what I'm going long on a little later.
I don't want to step on your toes there.
No,
I just think the Big 12's got like 6 really good teams that could all win it, right? And I think Kansas is absolutely undervalued because of, if you think about the beginning of the year last year that they had, well, they were completely
terrible.
They were all injured, and
they were playing all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, the soccer field,
when they got
the
healthy,
Arrowhead.
When they got healthy, they were maybe the best team in the Big 12 for the second half of the season.
They were one of the best teams in the country for about a month stretch. And my last play is an NFL play.
Nice.
NFL started last night, but this Sunday, the Broncos are hosting the Texans. The Broncos are...
It says Titans.
I'm sorry, the Titans.
I think this graphic is wrong. I think Van Woke did the wrong graphic.
What do you mean?
Because the Broncos are an 8.5-point favorite against the Titans.
Yeah, it should be minus 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going Broncos minus 8.5 against the Titans because the Titans are one of the worst teams in football. They have a quarterback who's going to be playing his first NFL game in Cam Ward against the best defense in the NFL in the Denver Broncos, and a team that is expected to be a contender in the AFC. I think the Broncos are so much better than the Titans. I think they'll beat them by 2 scores. So Broncos minus 8.5 against Cameron Ward and the Titans.
All right, there you go. Locks of the week. With
Dropping these locks all over your face.
Print the shirt.
Is it dropping the locks all over your face or dragging the locks all over your face?
Dropping these locks.
We've got word from Matt Van Winkle.
Yeah?
He says you sent him the wrong number on that and also called you an asshat.
Who, me?
Yep.
I sent him the wrong number?
JC, get over here. We need JC from Fareway is going to join us from the meat market. Guys, she's your meat gal. Give her a round of applause, please. Here, can you scoot over so
Yes,
JC can get in the shot? You go ahead and just put these on and talk to us. So we've had an internal debate going on the show for months now. So we did the whole placenta thing. And were you ever a part of that?
Absolutely not.
So people from all over the country were sending Hassel pills of placenta, from deer.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's a weird thing, but it all started. Never mind. We're not even going to go there. Now we're on to this skinless brat thing. Do you at the Fareway Meat Market up in Ames? My number one. It's like the Taj Mahal for meat. Do you sell more skinless brats or skin-on brats?
Ooh, that's confidential. I can't tell you those numbers.
You don't want to sway the audience one way or the other?
I mean, it really comes down to what's your preference.
Right? What's your preference?
Skinless.
Okay, so
she's got good taste.
I could go either way. Not that I'm gay or anything, Mike, but I could go either way on this.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Not that. Of course not. I love. It's kind of nostalgic having the brat with the skin on it, but the skinless brats.
It squirts all over you.
It can, but the skinless brats, I feel like I only need to have one bun, and then the second, because I always eat 2. The second one I can have without a bun, because you can just cut those suckers up.
You know what I did the other day? Swear to God, with skinless brats, the girls wanted spaghetti, and I didn't have any hamburger. I had made skinless brats the night before. I took the leftovers, cut them up, and I put it in the spaghetti. It was phenomenal.
You had skinless brat spaghetti?
Yes.
That sounds awesome.
You ever heard of that one, JC?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're damn right, because I'm a man. You wouldn't even know how to put them in the microwave. Do you know how to do that?
Do I know how to put something in the microwave?
Yeah.
That's
Or
one of the
does your
things I
wife
do
do
know
that
how
for
to do.
you?
No, I can grill the meats. I can grill the meats, but that's it.
Can you give us what's the most popular meat sold on a Friday before a tailgate?
Oh, at our meat markets, they
Yeah.
have the smokers in-house, probably the fresh smoked ribs.
Yeah.
Ooh, really?
That's pretty good. You can't beat that.
I feel like I brought this up like 5 times, but I was back in Iowa, in eastern Iowa, at home in Muscatoon a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law, Matt, an Iowa State grad, got these incredible pork chops from Fareway. That pork chop, that's the one thing I will never order that anywhere else. Just like corn. I will never get corn anywhere else.
Yeah, pork chop
I will
down
only
in
eat
Florida.
it in Iowa. And he made these pork chops on the grill from Fareway that were just amazing.
I like you guys at the meat market. You always have something different that I can just throw that's already in a pan. Like one time I was there and you guys had like a seafood platter that I just threw on top of a skillet and it was like amazing.
Absolutely. Meatloaf's coming back.
Meatloaf.
So meatloaf in a pan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love meatloaf.
I thought you didn't like meatloaf.
No, I love meatloaf. I sometimes order it at a restaurant.
Oh, it's the handballs that you're not a fan of.
Yeah, I won't do the handball. That's the one thing that the Fareway meat box, the infamous one.
Yes.
That took 2 years to get to me.
Is that your problem? Is that your fault?
I'll take it. Yep, that was me.
That's the one thing I didn't eat. My wife and I, we couldn't do the handballs. Kenzo's here. You don't like the handballs either, do you?
I love the handballs. I buy them now. Really, Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy, meat guy in Bondurant, elite meat man. And he got me onto those pre-made handballs. They're so freaking good.
You can buy them already cooked. You can buy them raw.
Oh my
you can
God.
throw them in the oven.
It's such a pain too, because when my wife and kids love handballs, but it's always like a chore to make them.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody just complains about it now. Not anymore. We just buy them like that. It's so awesome. All right. Well, you probably have a busy day,
I do.
We're gonna let you get back to work.
I'm heading up to the Ames meat market.
Yes.
Going to sell a lot of meats up there for tomorrow's tailgating.
Tyler's watching on YouTube. He buys your handballs too.
We're having a party in the parking lot this afternoon.
Really?
So
What kind of
come
a
out and
party?
see us.
Like what are we?
Samples of all of our fresh smoked items, beer samples.
So real quick for those who don't know, because I didn't really realize it, they are in the old Wallabies where Wallabies used to be in Ames. That building got torn down. Right, and now that is the exact look. And you go and it is like a meat Taj Mahal. This meat market, like it's just meat and tailgate supplies, really. Like because you can get buns there, there's booze there. Mm-hmm. It's really just like a tailgate shop.
Sure,
that's how I look at it.
With a smoker.
With a smoker.
I think they sell more meat for Iowa State games than they do for Iowa games because the Cyclone fans leave at halftime and then start grilling again and don't come back. Right. So even though there's fewer people there, they sell more Fareway meats because they don't like being in the stadium.
JC, thank you.
Yep,
appreciate you.
Thanks, Jason.
Sorry to bring you on to this beautiful disaster. Shout out to my guy Nick too from Fareway. I met him yesterday. I'm not kidding. Nick caught me.
Caught you doing what?
Looking for different types of carbless. Not kidding. Because I'm stocking up.
What do we
I'm
got
not
here?
even really going to tailgate because the game is at 11 o'clock in the morning. But I was loading up our tailgate because I just wanted the people there drinking carbless because I'm a company man, friend of the program.
Black raspberry, 5% alcohol, 100 calories. Man, you are double fisting, huh?
Damn right I am. Cyhawk Friday, baby.
I haven't finished
look
my...
at that beautiful pour.
I haven't finished my bloody yet. Wow.
We're just going to be drunk by the end of this show.
And then we got Big Grove at 4.
Aiden, you going to drive us around?
Murph and Andy at 1. And you guys are Polk City today?
Did you say Polk or Poke? Did you say Polk
I don't
City?
say Polk. No. You have to kind of finesse the L.
We should,
you
Fails,
don't
Fails,
say
Can you
Polk.
come on for a minute, Andy?
Don't say Polk.
Will you be on with us for a minute? Are you okay? Andy Fails, everybody.
Hey, Andy's getting to the round table that he wanted. He wanted us to do more.
I don't know how we could possibly do more shows. We have 4 live shows today and 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, Murph and Andy live at 1.
Do
Andy,
people really want to hear more of us? Hey, Andy, how are you?
I don't think. Am I on now?
Yeah.
I can't hear myself.
You can't hear yourself,
I'm on a
but we can hear you.
I'm surprised you're conscious after that party in Laurelville.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Williams and I woke up to all these videos that Keith sent, and it said like 2:39 a.m. Yeah. And you look like you guys were in a basement, just getting sloshed.
Yeah, we had been told that Williams' brother-in-law has this new bar in Laurelville, population 350.
Yeah, that seems about
give
right.
or take. And we went there. It was the last bar that we hit, and man, this was a honey of a bar. It was on the second floor. There was nothing on the first floor, and it was lit by 2 ceiling fans. Like the ceiling fan lights hanging down from the ceiling, which was way too low, so everybody had to avoid the ceiling fans, otherwise you get scalped if we were too close. But yeah, Laurelville was something else. We've had quite a trip.
Where were you yesterday?
I got a video last night. Murph and Sipker were closing down a bar in Boone. I came home last night. They were closing down a bar in Boone, and they had some random kid in bedroom slippers doing karate.
What?
In the middle of the bar, just throwing punches all over the place. We will show it today on the show.
That sounds intense.
It sounded very dangerous, but the bar looked like it was otherwise empty. It was just the three of them.
Man.
So we were talking
it's
about.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see
for
you,
some
too.
reason, the first thing you brought up to JC from Fairway was placenta talk.
Yeah,
And
it was
I don't
really
know why.
inappropriate.
That
I don't
was
know why I
really
did
just-
that.
I mean, that's.
I feel like really bad. But the problem is, if she knew, I bet Nick, my guy, knows what we're talking about.
Okay,
If
so
you don't know what we're talking about,
All
it's
of these
really
people
weird.
just ate.
You guys all know about the placenta thing, right?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
well, they have
you
fried
guys-
placenta here at Eggs and Jam,
Oh,
right?
my God.
Yeah, it goes right in with the over easy.
So I was looking back at some old footage from the last time Iowa State won in Ames in 2011, and I was still working at Channel 13, WHO, and I did a. I think it's the only time I've ever done this. I did a John Walters call of the touchdown after the game on sound off. And it's not, look, I can't do a John Walters. I just, he went nuts after the game, so I kind of made fun of him for that. Aiden, you have that clip, and it's actually, we're going to have potentially the origin of placenta talk in Iowa media. Aiden, roll
Get
it.
a touchdown to win it. Chance, the pitch, White, touchdown! This is the greatest moment of my life since my wife gave birth and the placenta came out and there was blood all over the place.
Was he like ejaculating at the end there?
That's where it started. All right.
Yes, 2011, placenta
You've
was
always
uttered
been
on.
obsessed with placentas.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because I've never seen one.
Moving on from that subject.
Real quick, for about a year, about once a month, I'd be out at the bar and like somebody would bring up the placenta thing, and I'm like, "Hey, let's send Hassel some placenta." I bet I spent like $200 sending you placenta through the mail.
So, true story. We were cleaning up the house a few weeks ago, and we're trying to just declutter things, get rid of some things that we don't use. And my wife picks up that one of those things. She's like, "Do you really need this sheep placenta?" This pills of sheep placenta. I was like, nah, just go ahead and get rid of it. So we threw those away. We don't have those anymore. I did keep them for like a year.
That's like $12 bottle, man.
Isn't that like a biohazard to put that in the regular garbage? I don't think you can do that. We on the road with RVTV this week, we run into kids, obviously, are in their Cyclone and Hawkeye gear, and a lot of young Cyclone fans, and many of them were not alive the last time that Iowa State won this game in Jack Trice Stadium, and it's kind of just dawned on us. It's been that long. It was 2011. I had one kid at that time, and she was just an infant. She's in high school now, so
Neither of my kids were alive.
Yeah. I mean, it has been so long. That was the Steele Jance game. One of the great one-hit wonders of this rivalry.
I remember getting a text from John Miller. Swear to God. A text from John Miller after that game being like,
"This is the next NFL quarterback."
He goes, and this is back when John was a dick, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he turned a corner.
Hey, I say that with all love. He's like, "You guys finally got us. Our athletic, your athletic department's better, and you've got a legitimate Heisman Trophy contender at quarterback." He was just convinced that Steele Jance was that good. But it was that kind of a game, though.
It was.
If you think about it.
It was one of the best games.
It was one of the 44-41 games.
Yeah, it was one of the best games of this rivalry that I've ever seen in this rivalry. Top three easily. I feel like all of the best games that I witnessed are all Cyclone victories. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I see it, but.
Yeah, there we go.
There was the game in 2002, right? And in Iowa City.
That was the worst one.
That was an incredible game.
That was God.
Seneca rolling out and hitting Jack Whitford. That was an incredible game. And then that 44-41 Steele Jance game. But in my memory now, what is fresh is that the last two games in Jack Trice Stadium. The Cyclones went in looking good. We all felt good about them. And Kirk Ferentz just Hawkeye footballed them to death.
Yeah.
And it was the Cyclone fans left early.
It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts when he does that. They're averaging 4 yards a carry, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
They had you pinned them deep. They had Torrey Taylor just punted them to death in the last game, pinned them down deep in their own end zone, and then their defense just put the clamps on them, and it seemed like Iowa State never visited the 50-yard line.
Who were the two quarterbacks? Cade McNamara 2 years ago and Spencer Petras 4 years ago in those games? I think that
sounds right. Yeah, it would have been Spencer Petras. It wouldn't have been Deacon Hill.
Well, that's what Williams was saying earlier. He thinks that Iowa should do that again.
You don't want to get in a beauty contest here. Do what you do.
It's not a beauty contest.
I know,
to throw
but
the ball down the field 3 times.
It is for Iowa. You have to talk about these things in there's gray area here. Like, he was 5 of 16 against Albany. Or whatever the hell it was, 8 of 15, or whatever the hell the stat is.
Well, he was nervous.
I think he's going to be a lot better, okay? I told you on Monday, he's not that bad. He's going to get better, but how much can you expect in 1 week? I don't know.
I don't think he has to be great. I think he just has to dink and dunk just enough.
Take what's there.
To keep the linebackers off the line of scrimmage and crowding the box.
That's
just dink
the thing.
and dunk.
You've got to
and
be able to
stretch the
keep
field
those
out a little
guys
bit.
honest.
Do you think Iowa – I know they have the tight ends that can do it. Do you think they have the wide receivers? I don't think they have anyone that can go one-on-one with Jontez Williams. Jontez is going to win that matchup more often than not. But on the other side, you got a shot. Like, do they have the guys to do that with this year?
If you believe everything you've heard out of Iowa City, they do. I mean, they feel like this is the best wide receiver group they've had probably since pre-COVID. I don't know. I mean, there were a couple guys that were open early in the game last week, but Gronowski couldn't get him the ball. But just because he couldn't do it last week doesn't mean he can't do it this week. I think he's going to have to for Iowa to win. Iowa State's going to score. I don't know how Iowa keeps them under 20 points in this game.
Well, I just seen too many of these games to fully believe that this is going to be some
one of those things where
different game. I think Iowa just have Kirk Ferentz has a game plan for this game. They are going to be. They're going to run the ball. Every really engaged Cyclone fan that I've talked to this week has said they're worried about their run defense.
Yep,
absolutely.
Against Iowa, they're worried about that, and you need to be.
Absolutely.
But you can't be one-dimensional. I don't care how good Iowa's offensive line is, how bad Iowa State's defensive line is at stopping the run. At some point, you can bring everybody in, and you have so many numbers that you can't run. And that's what Iowa State did in the second half last year against Iowa, and they'll do it again this year unless Iowa goes over the top.
Real quick, I've really loved your perspective.
I just cracked the carbless.
God bless. Oh, let's hear it. First drink.
Ooh, that's good.
It's lovely, isn't it? This is what it looks like in the glass.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's it. Good job, guys. 2 vodka drinks before 10:30 in the morning.
Hey, it's 11:30 East Coast. I'm still on East Coast time.
That makes it better.
To piggyback off of the very all class, you go to my dad's Twitter feed, it's all class. Okay?
Yeah, all class with a dog dragging its ass all over the carpet.
He did make a good point. And Kirk Ferentz led his press conference with this, which I thought was – and I loved Andy's perspective this week because Andy truly is as objective as he come. You and me know this. Everybody here thinks you're a fan of the opposite colors that they're winning because that's just what happens. But your perspective on Iowa State, I thought, has been really good where you're like, I finally just have to quit thinking about what they've done in the past.
Yeah, well, Andy used to always just pick against Iowa State.
Yeah,
fade Iowa State.
Because there's like that mental thing,
and
right?
he was usually right.
Yes. But how cool has it been for you since the day you got here? Because you got here in Des Moines when this wasn't a rivalry, right? What year?
No, Iowa State was winning every game when I got here.
Yeah, you got here like 99.
You were right in the middle of the
2000, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you believe, though, the college game day or the Fox show is going to be at this rivalry game like 3 out of the last 5 years or whatever it is. Can you believe we're here? It's pretty cool.
I mean, it's been a slow ramp up, so I can believe it, and I've seen the changes at Jack Trice Stadium ever since then. But we've been reflecting a lot this week over 25 years of me covering this rivalry, and you look back 25 years at kind of what we had. Certainly, if you just look back at the stadium in Ames 25 years ago, and you cannot believe that's the same stadium that we have now in the state. Kinnick Stadium has improved too, but not like Jack Trice has. We've seen the changes. Pollard has had a few improvements kind of each and every year, and has got you to where you are now. But if you were to just look back 25 years ago, no, you can't believe that it would ever be here. When I was a student at Drake in the 90s, Iowa State was not a football program that was ever on the radar. It just wasn't. Outside the state, it had absolutely no one had any recognition of Iowa State's football program outside the state at all. And now, I'm here up close. I feel like there is a national awareness of Iowa State and Matt Campbell. But it's been a long process, and there's been a lot of. Cyclone fans have been extremely resilient through the entire thing. They've gone through a lot. There've been, baby steps, and there've been steps backward, but it's been a slow progression up to where they are right now. Now, this game tomorrow is, I feel like, Matt Campbell's final really significant step that he needs to take. He's got to win this game in front of the home fans. And until he does that, there's going to be something held back from him. And there should be. He should be able to win this game at home. He should have been able to win it by now at home. The rivalry these teams are even enough. But Iowa has a bit of a hex on them there. I think when they're at their home stadium, Iowa is probably a little overconfident, and Iowa State has that kind of we got nothing to lose mentality. They've gone in there and they've won some games. But when they're at home, it's kind of like those roles get reversed, and then all of a sudden Iowa State doesn't know what to do with the pressure. If they figure this out tomorrow and they win the game, and I don't think it matters if they need another 55-yard Kyle Conrady field goal to win it. I don't think it matters how they win it. If they do find a way to get that done, I think that is that final giant step that has alluded, and people be, what about being Big 12 Conference Championship, national, get in the playoff. Okay, well, that's, that's pie in the sky. That's great. That's later on. But right now, as far as like fundamentally proving to everyone that he has this program just undeniably in the right direction, I think he still needs his final step. I think if he takes that, then, I think he could go ahead and start making room for the statue when he's all said and done with in Ames.
Love you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Get
Thanks
up
for
to,
jumping on.
Get up to Polk City.
Hey,
Polk.
You guys want to just keep drinking all day long? Join us up in Polk City. Yeah, we'll be there, and then we have the.
My guy Fenton raised his hat. He will drink all day. I've seen that guy do.
You can just come down. You can join Chris down at Big Grove, and then Doctorman and Andrew will be over at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then we'll be in Ames tomorrow. So
all right, love
thanks,
you, buddy.
guys. You're doing a great job. Love you too.
Thanks,
all
Andy.
Right.
We'll see you later.
Andy Fales, one and only. See, that's good perspective, right?
I don't know. I am shivering right now. He's in shorts. And he has like one layer.
Yeah, but Andy goes and lives in
my teeth are chattering.
He poops in a hole for like 10 days.
That's one of Murph's lines. You stole one of Murph's lines.
But it's true. He's a grizzled.
That's true.
Man.
He's an outdoorsman.
Yeah, you're not cut out for that. You can't even stay in a camper for 2 nights. We had to get you a hotel.
Well, back in my day on RVTV, we actually slept in the RV. We did.
And then you guys were all sick for like 3 weeks afterwards?
Well, they put me on a bunk bed with Zach Borg. Do you remember Zach Borg?
Yeah, the Ice Borg?
The Ice Borg? Yeah, they put me on a bunk bed with
Seriously?
Yes.
Isn't that couldn't you sue them for that?
That wasn't as bad as what they did to me when they sent me to Williamsport to cover the Little League World Series in 2008. An Urbandale team was there. And they sent me to Williamsport, and Keith was like, this is the greatest American sporting event there is, the Little League World Series, and how lucky are you? You get to go. At 24 years old, you get to go cover it. And I'm excited to go. And then I find out I have to share a motel room with a Des Moines Register photographer who I had never met. He was like 40 and had kids.
This is like your hell.
I had to share a motel room with him. I had to share a rental car with him. We had to go everywhere. I had no idea who this guy was. I don't even remember his name. But I'd have to like go into the hallway to call my wife because he's on the phone with his wife talking and putting his kids to bed. And we have two like little twin beds that we're sleeping on. At least we didn't have to sleep in the same bed. But that's what they did to me. And now these guys have all these cush accommodations. Don't even have
Plaza RV, man.
The RV is 3 times the size it was when I was there, and they don't even stay in it. Murph used to always steal the. You can't call it the master bedroom anymore. The big bedroom.
Why can't you call it the master bedroom?
Well, we have somebody else explain it. Van Wolk will explain that one to you.
Is that offensive?
Yes. Let's move on. Murph would always steal that. And
does anybody understand why that's offensive? Okay,
there
somebody's got to explain it to me afterwards.
Yeah, Jack will tell you.
The Southwest Iowa's coming out. I have no idea. Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
I would wake up around 1 a.m. every night. Actually, it was more like 3 because we go to bed around 1 to this pitter-pattering in the bathroom. And it was Keith waking up in the middle of the night to piss, but it was right by where I slept in my room, so it would wake me up every time.
Keith is pissing?
Oh, yeah.
Or the photographer from the
No, this is when I'm in the RV.
Oh. Yeah.
I've tried to block the photographer thing.
So the RV toilets are not as deep, so there's more of a splash zone.
Well, they don't really have, like this one didn't have any water in it?
My wife, last week, not kidding.
What?
Asked me to sit when I pee in the RV.
Because it splashes back.
She's
to
like, she goes, it'll splatter everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, look.
I can't do it, though. I tried.
What do you mean you can't do it?
I cannot sit and pee.
What?
Yeah. It was like.
Now, hang on a second. That doesn't make any sense.
I couldn't do it.
So you're telling me.
It was like I got too nervous. I was like put on the spot. She said, when you pee there, because it's not a deep toilet, these RV ones. It's kind of like it's like an airplane.
Yeah, your balls are like touching the.
I know. I got
water.
stage fright.
So you're telling you can't pee sitting down?
Not in an RV. No.
Okay.
Because then I'm worried it's just going to splash all over. It was a really awkward scenario. Guys, get another drink. Sorry about this. We forget you're all eating breakfast. Oh my God. We have our friends from Fareway here. God.
Oh, we're about an hour into the show. We still have a lot to get to.
You need to go long because I want to hear this Big 12 take that you have. Let's go along with our friends from Wealth Charter.
It's time to go long with Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
But she scolded me because I came in.
My wife doesn't understand splashback, so she thinks when she sees sprinkles on the toilet, she thinks I'm like pissing on the toilet. See, it's just splashback.
See, that's why I sent you that picture of that urinal in Ireland.
Yeah.
Because the urinals, there's no depth to them in Europe.
Okay.
Everything is smaller. And the splashback, there's no, it's just like this metal tube that
so
five
you're
guys.
There's no splashback?
No, there's splashback everywhere.
Oh, God.
Everywhere.
So it's like a trough?
Pretty much.
Ugh.
Wealth Charter. By the way, shout out to our guy, Tim Hawkins. From Wealth Charter. He texted me yesterday. He wanted to be here. He's in Denver because they can serve people all over the country. They have clients in Colorado, California. So if you're watching the show, we have a ton of listeners and viewers who are outside of the state of Iowa. You can still support one of our great sponsors, Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax. Tim, we wish you were here, buddy.
Tim, I'm going long on the Big 12. And did we prematurely bury them because of what happened on that Friday night last week when we had Cincinnati lose to Nebraska on Thursday, and then on Friday, Baylor looked horrible against Auburn. Colorado lost at home to Georgia Tech and kind of buried the Big 12. It was a bad start. But then Utah embarrassed UCLA on the road at the Rose Bowl against a
They're really good.
A Big Ten team. TCU embarrassed Bill Belichick in North Carolina. We don't know how good they are. But they went in there, and they look great. And now chances this week, not just Iowa State against Iowa, but you have your pick, Baylor, at SMU, Kansas, my pick, at Missouri, Arizona State at an SEC school, Mississippi State.
I think a much better one, too. Labby got a ton of guys in the transfer.
Much better than last year. Yeah, last year Mississippi State was terrible. And, even though Oklahoma State's not going to beat Oregon, but that's still going to be something that will be judged. Like you go in there and you hang in, you only lose by 14, that looks better too. So there's another real opportunity here for the Big 12 to continue making a statement, making inroads, because we wrote them off.
Utah and TCU really kind of saved the day for them.
Yeah.
With those convincing wins.
They looked amazing.
Yeah, and the thing is, and we've said this all summer about the Big 12, is the difference between like the first team and the eighth team is not that much. But it looks like, especially with Kansas kind of poking his chest out a little bit here, they could be like 6 teams that I think like the difference is.
Colby Jack?
Yes, please.
God, I really did not think you were actually going to do that.
Why did you offer it then?
Because I thought you were going to say no.
If somebody puts a block of cheese in my face, I'm going to eat it.
I'm going to eat yours now.
All right, so you're going long on we buried the Big 12 too soon.
I'm asking.
Well,
I'm wondering.
The term we is strong because I didn't do that, but it's a perception thing. And
we kind of did. I mean, we still think the Big 12 is going to be a one-bid league.
Absolutely. I'd be shocked if it's not.
But if there is an undefeated team that loses in the championship game.
I get crap from Iowa State fans about this all the time, that I'm too negative and we're adding to the narrative. No, we're being realistic about the national narrative. That's what it is. You're in national television, okay? You have national people come on all the time who are big influencers in the college football world. Nobody thinks that way of the Big 12. You have to take it. Nothing will ever come easy to you in the Big 12. People are expecting you to suck. Nope, you're right. Like last year, and it was really unfortunate what happened with Arizona State and Texas. A lot of people in the Big 12 think Arizona State won that game.
Yeah, they blew it.
And there was a bad call, whatever. It's not going to come easy. People think what they think. You have to go out and take it. That's the only way you change perception of your league. And and frankly, they could go 3-0 in the games we're talking about this weekend. They're still going to have that perception. They have to go out and win playoff games, win games that really, really matter. And beating the SEC, if Arizona State, like realistically, they're your champion.
If you lose to the last place team in the SEC from last year, that's a bad look.
They're your champion. You bring back your head coach, both coordinators, and your quarterback, and one of the best wide receivers in the country. You should not only go out and win that game, but you should win it by double digits if you're wanting to make a statement. Kansas going into Missouri, that would make a statement. Anytime Iowa State can beat Iowa, that's a statement win. Iowa's got a great program. They're 7-5 at the worst, 11-1 at best usually. It's a really good program. You have to take it. It's never going to come easy to you in the Big 12. Speaking of that, your Mark had a big week. You did the whole Portnoy thing. Have you been following that at all? That was really smart.
Pollard tweeted about it.
I thought that was really smart because Ohio State banned him from the field.
I got some
allegedly.
insight on this.
Do you know what actually happened?
Kind of. I sat next to Brady Quinn on the flight coming in last night.
This is like a who's who coming in out of
Atlanta. Yeah, it was all the Fox Big Noon crew were on the flight. Mark Ingram was right behind us, and they were pissed. They were pissed about this flight into Des Moines didn't have streaming Wi-Fi, so we couldn't watch the game. We couldn't watch the
great game.
The second half of Eagles-Cowboys.
Cowboys covered.
And we couldn't, the internet you had to buy, and then it was really hard to even, follow a game cast of it. And then Ingram's like, hey, staying down at the...
So you guys are all, in the same row?
Yeah. Brady's right next to me, and Ingram's right behind him.
Was this planned?
No, I didn't know they were going to be there. I was on my phone or whatever, and Brady walked, hey, is that seat taken? And he sat right next to me. He drank coffee. I drank double Woodford ginger ale.
Double Woodford, eh?
A double Woodford ginger ale. That's my go-to on a flight. So Mark was pissed because all he wanted was some food.
He's a big man.
And he was like, where can I get food?
You went to Jake Brend.
They're staying at the Renaissance. Yeah, so I asked Bren, and Bren's like, Well, this is Des Moines. Nothing's open past 9 p.m.
Did he really say it like that?
Yeah, that's exactly how he said it. Like, there's no kitchens open past 9 p.m. in Des Moines. Are you crazy? And
we
landed
I
at
never
like
heard
11.
him talk like that. But
And so I had to relay that message to Mark Ingram, and he was like, what kind of place is this? It's a Thursday night in downtown Des Moines, and there's you can't go anywhere to eat. So Jake's like, well, there's a Bebop's on the way. Tell him to go to Bebop's. And so I think he was going to try to Uber Eats something.
Oh, Mark was the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes, the Heisman Trophy winner, Mark Ingram. But it was so interesting. He said he almost came to Iowa. He said Iowa was his team. He was going to come. It was right around the time of Sean Green.
Yeah, that would
and
make
he said
sense.
he was glad he didn't come because Sean Green was way better than everyone thought he would be, and he would probably he might not have seen the field with
So
Sean
he
Green
went to
there.
Alabama?
So he went to Alabama. And
What
also,
a world that is.
And
Like,
Brady,
think about that.
Brady Quinn said Iowa was his first major offer.
Really?
And so he was thinking he was going to be coming to Iowa until he really blew up late in his career. But it's their, I think it's their first trip to Jack Trice Stadium. And why did I bring this up originally?
Well, because I said that your Mark offered that thing
the
to
Portnoy thing.
Yeah.
So Brady and Mark are on the big noon with Portnoy, and yeah, Ohio State. Somebody at Ohio State said Portnoy can't come on the field. But
Are you reporting this because this has been speculated?
Well,
I mean, you are a professional journalist.
It was reported initially that he wasn't allowed, and then I don't know who it was said, well, we weren't even going to go on the field anyway or whatever. They go on the field. Like you saw them last week at Ohio State. They start outside. This is what's going to happen tomorrow at Jack Trice Stadium. They start outside, then they go inside.
Yeah, it's cool.
For the
how
last
they do it.
hour.
I like how they do it. It's neat.
And Jamie Pollard is welcoming Dave Portnoy with open arms. And Brett Yormark is too, so he will be in the stadium tomorrow.
The report, I believe it was Brett McMurphy, put out a report that Yormark in every Big 12 AD, paraphrasing here, but they had like a Zoom call
Like
with
a 90-minute
Portnoy
call.
and just
Yeah.
opened their
Yeah.
arms.
And as
and
you
they
should.
embrace.
As you should. You want Dave Portnoy on your side.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know he's like kind of a lightning rod.
But Ohio
like,
State doesn't. Ohio State
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
need Portnoy, and
but
Ohio
this is-
State hates the big noon thing anyway because they hate kicking off at noon.
But this is the most like Yormark thing ever.
Yeah, but
like
he should
Yormark
be
wants
doing
to
it.
be hip. He wants
Yeah.
to be, So then they also announced that there's like deal with Allstate. Did you see that?
No, what's that?
Well, they're branding it as like the Allstate Championship Series, which is not much right now.
What the hell is that? Like the Learfield Directors
Yes,
Cup?
But they're doing
Oh,
it within the
God.
league. I'm telling you, I'm promising you guys, in the next 2-3 years, every one of these leagues will have a naming rights partner. It'll be like the Big Ten brought to you by Anheuser-Busch or like whatever. Like it's going to be and there's going to be sponsors on the jerseys. That's coming. It's good.
Yeah.
Watch. You just watch. Like Florida State, there'll be one of those schools that like really wants to compete, like a Texas Tech that sees themselves as a top end, and they'll go out and get like a $20 million a year sponsor to pay the players. And I promise you, that's what's coming next.
I completely agree with that. And I mean, Iowa's got it all laid out on the field now where they're going to add a sponsor on the field, which is fine. Iowa State already has it with Mid-American Energy. Iowa's going to put sponsorships on the field. It's going to be on the uniforms. It's going to, but dude, don't patronize us with this championship series. What the hell is that? Who cares?
It's just something to sell.
Iowa State always does that crap.
Iowa State, it's the Big
they're
12.
always
Iowa
like,
State.
we won we finished 5th in the Learfield Directors Cup. Our cross-country team is
great.
so good.
Number 1 in the country, men's cross
And
country.
same with that stupid Cyhawk
Thank you.
series.
Come on, give it up to the Iowa State cross country
What's
team.
that? Hey, I'm not saying anything bad about the cross-country team, but I just don't want to hear
Elite.
about them. They do that thing where is it the Cyhawk? Like all anybody cares about is the
Iowa Corn
football
Cyhawk
game,
series.
the basketball
Yeah.
game, women's basketball.
I remember you insulted all the volleyball.
Like our diving team is elite. And that's how we clinched the Cyclone or the Cy-Hawk Cup this year. And it's always coming from Iowa State.
You guys, you don't care about it until you win it, and then you brag about it.
Nobody cares about it.
Because you don't win it.
Care about the game tomorrow.
Ain't that the truth? Interesting stat here from
Did I just
Fox.
defend cross-country, Iowa State cross-country fans? I'm sorry.
I love
I'm
those
sorry.
cross-country kids.
I know
man.
you do.
They work
I know
really
you do.
hard. You remember I'd give them in my Triple B that one year, and you made fun of me? Seriously, these sons of bitches are out there like killing themselves, running 10 miles a day.
I'm not saying it's not hard to do.
And they don't get any credit. I try and give them like a blurb on our show, and Hassel just makes fun of them, calls them dorks.
I did not say that.
That's basically what you said.
I didn't say that. They hate me over there. Ma'am,
drinking the wine. Do you hate Hassel?
I'm getting jeers.
Do you hate Hassel? Yeah. It was funny. We were watching the RVTV coverage from Boone last night, and David from Channel 13 went, and I think it was David, and he asked all the Iowa fans to say something nice about Iowa State.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she brought you a sweatshirt there, sweetheart. He asked all the Iowa State fans to say something nice about Iowa, and then all the Iowa fans to say something nice about Iowa. And the Iowa fans were like, it was cordial, and then all the Iowa State fans were like, no, I can't say anything at all.
Yeah, put a microphone in Mike's face and ask him to say something nice about Iowa. What do you think he says?
These were really we've kind of talked about this, but we've never done the stats. Fox did. Brock Purdy and Rocco Becht stats first two seasons as a starter at Iowa State. This is really interesting to me. Completion percentage favors Purdy, 66% to 61%. Okay, so that's pretty significant. Yardage, Purdy 67-32, Becht 66-25, so almost exactly the same. Same amount of starts, okay? Purdy, touchdowns 46, Rocco 48. Like, you could make the argument that Rocco's been the exact same quarterback as I would love to have seen turnovers on here. Now, Rocco threw like 9 pick sixes last year, okay? So his is a little bit skewed, but I mean, you're looking at Brock Purdy, who just got a huge contract in the National Football League. Rocco's living right up to him.
We did that ranking of quarterbacks in the offseason, and we put Rocco behind several quarterbacks. I think it was Iowa and Iowa State quarterbacks from like the last 10 years, and Rocco was 5th on that list, but we said he's 1 year away from potentially going to number 1. There were 2 things that Rocco Becht needed to do this season because he had everything else. Up his completion percentage, and he's done it so far. I think he's close to 70%.
He wasn't great in Kansas State, but I'll give him the first half. This quarterback's always struggling.
He was 19 for 20 last week. I don't
really
care who
good
you're playing. That's great.
Really good last week.
So his completion percentage is up this season, and his turnovers. Hasn't turned the ball over at all yet. He turned it over too much last season. Do those 2 things, continue to do those 2 things, and he could finish up being the best quarterback in Iowa State history.
He's knocking on the door. All right, here's what we have the rest of the show. You guys can get one more round of drinks for the show, I promise you, because we're going to do our Get Up, It's Game Day segment. And then we'll give our final picks for the game.
Okay.
How about that? Let's do Get Up, It's Game Day.
Get up. It's game day. Chris Williams and Chris Hassel take a look at this week's best games. Powered by Game Day Men's Health.
Just doing it. You were still sleeping, but like right at about
what time did you get up?
6:45 this morning. Do you know what I was doing?
What?
Injecting myself with testosterone.
At your house?
Yep.
Where do you do it? Is it like, which ass cheek do you use?
Usually my right, because I pin it up against so I can see it in the mirror, and I stab myself right in the ass cheek. But I wanted to be full T when we went on the air all day long.
You should see this guy in the kitchen in the morning. I'm in the bathroom getting ready, and he's like, hey, you want any pre-workout before we go out and do the show? Like, no, I've never done pre-workout in my life. He's like, what about some creatine? You want some creatine? He's got all this stuff, and he's like mixing it into one drink. He's got coffee here, and then he's got his pre-workout, and then he's dumping in creatine. He's like, you know what, creatine, I tell you what, I wasn't able to build any muscle until I started using creatine.
It's actually true. We should talk about that at some point. Gentlemen, you guys look like you're Samson and the crew, they look like the stout.
They're in good shape.
Stout gentlemen.
So let me get this straight. This morning, before you came here at 9 o'clock, you shot yourself up with testosterone. You drank 2 full cups of coffee. You
2 Red Bulls.
Brought 2 Red Bulls too?
Yeah.
2 Red Bulls, then your pre-workout, and then your creatine.
Yeah. Now all the vodka.
You just had a Bloody Mary, and you're about to finish a carbless.
Yep.
You've done all this, and it's, 11 o'clock?
Feel great.
You look great.
I feel great. It's the best I've ever felt,
The
honestly.
transformation is incredible. It's like, all power to you. I remember you used to make fun of me for going to the
now I make
the
a point
workout
to
room
send
in Vegas.
I send Hassel videos of me working out in hotels because of that one night.
I don't know how we're going to work out today, though. We got so much going on.
We're not getting it in today.
What are we going to do? Jog up to Polk City?
We'll do some push-ups back here. Nick from Fareway will join us.
All right, get up. It's game day.
All right, let's go. 3 best games of the weekend. Hassel, you start.
Okay. There's an obvious.
Yes.
There's an obvious one, and it's Michigan at Oklahoma.
And this is non-Cyhawk. If you're new to the show,
Right,
we don't include Iowa State.
Clearly, that's the biggest game. But this is the biggest game in the country this weekend. Michigan, a true freshman quarterback in Bryce Underwood, going on the road to Oklahoma. This is a top 20 matchup. These are 2 teams that had really down years last year, and I think a potential real statement game for Oklahoma to say, you know what,
dude,
you may have forgotten about us, but we're back.
I kind of think they're going to kill him.
They might. John Mateer is a great quarterback.
Yeah, and people, I don't think a lot of casual people, did they got the offensive coordinator from there too?
Yep, from Washington State.
So it's
came over with
actually
Mateer.
Brilliant what, and I'm not a Venables guy. I kind of think that he sucks as a head coach, but.
Well, he had to change a little bit. I think he's changed with bringing these guys in.
Well, and then you factor in as well, look at really young quarterbacks last week going on the road. Arch, there's a whole list of them. They really struggled. So I wonder if Underwood, he's a generational talent, future Heisman Trophy winner potentially. This is a huge, huge test for him. I would go Oklahoma here.
It's going to be really, really difficult for him. My other one is number 11 Illinois is at Duke, and this spread is only like a field goal.
Vegas is just begging you guys to. They want you to take Illinois.
Yeah,
Duke is the way to go here, even if you lose it.
And I saw a seating chart. The place is only going to be like half full because Illinois doesn't do it for any.
They're really good though.
Who is Illinois?
Illinois.
Yeah, they are really good. We'll see. That's a really interesting spread. Illinois got to win this game.
But anytime you have a ranked team like that, and they're on the road and they're only like a 2.5, 3 point, it's a major red flag. I wouldn't bet this game, but.
And then my other one is just Kansas at Missouri. I mean, that's a great rivalry.
Yeah. Need more games like this.
It goes back, like they argue about like the Civil War and slavery. I mean, it's deep. It's deeper than Cyhawk. But I think that's going to be a really good game. And that was one of our best bets, Kansas plus 6.5.
I have Baylor at SMU because just a massive opportunity for the Big 12. And really Baylor, it's like they're already burying
Aranda.
Well,
if they go 0-2, Aranda's in big trouble.
Huge trouble. Huge trouble down there in Waco. Same reason for Arizona State at Mississippi State. Like, listen, you want to have the worst perception if you're the Big 12, lose this game. Your champion goes on the road. It doesn't matter, like, what they have this year. People will only judge off of last year. Promise you. 2-10 Mississippi State against the Big 12 champion. If you go on the road and lose that, it's a really bad look for your league. And then I'm going team goalish here. South Florida at Florida. We just saw South Florida upset Boise, and we're in the race for the group of 5 representative in the playoff.
Yeah.
Now,
it's
South Florida is a 17-point underdog at Florida. I think it's really interesting. I don't think South Florida wins, but I think they're a heck of a lot better than the plus. What are you doing to that sausage?
I couldn't get it past the mic.
It was like you were.
I'm breaking my cardinal rule, by the way. I hate
tickling your Adam's apple with it.
I hate it when people are on a TV show or a radio show and they eat. I hate it.
That's a brand new microphone. You just grease it up with sausage.
Sorry.
At least it was a skinless brat. It didn't squirt the juice all over it.
Skinless sausage.
Want to thank our buddies, the Kaburski brothers.
Your yard looks great. I looked out back today. It looks a lot better than it did a year ago.
It looks a hell of a lot better than my neighbors. No offense to my neighbors, but they don't hire the Kuberski brothers.
I'm talking about like the landscaping and all that. It just looks great.
Yeah, no, they do an awesome job. You know what else is going to be beautiful is that Cyclone turf tomorrow. We don't do the fake stuff like you guys do in Iowa City.
I was at the last Cyhawk game with grass. And I think that's what made Iowa go to field turf in 2009 was that 08 Cyhawk game.
Which game was that?
That was a horrible game. It was basically tied late, and Andy Brodell brought back that punt 80 yards for Iowa.
That was Chiswick era, right?
Yeah, it was his second season.
I blocked all that out of my mind.
And but it was a mess. It was raining that day, and that one side of the field was just a total mess. And I think that's when Iowa decided to get rid of the grass.
Do you remember the weather delay Cyhawk from game day was there, and all you Iowa fans are gonna hate me. If that game doesn't get delayed, Clones win by double digits that day. We were rolling.
And if my aunt had a pair, she'd be my uncle.
Exactly. Y'all came back out, though, and Iowa State was dead, and Iowa was on fire. Whatever they did during the break was...
Was that the muffed punt game?
Yeah, that game. And these idiots in the student section, that field was just trashed during the rainstorm, and they went out and started doing, slip and slides.
They let fans on the field during the rainstorm?
The students broke out onto the field.
See,
in the middle of the rain delay.
You guys, and remember what you did to that poor Iowa marching band?
Oh, God.
A few years back. You can't handle yourselves.
Well, I always explain this to my daughter. She's 6, okay? And it's about the importance of following instructions because usually the adults know better than you do. You may think you know everything. Do what the adults tell you to do. Mm-hmm. And if the Iowa band just had followed instructions, probably nothing would have happened. I'm not even sure if anything did happen.
Well, if they weren't being assaulted by Iowa State people, they probably would have gone out the right exit, but they had to run for their lives.
Oh, my God. I've never been more pissed.
What year was that?
Jeez. 21?
What year? Same.
Yeah, that was
19?
Dude, that all happened, and that was the same Carson King game, too. It was madness on talk radio the next week. And everybody, we all got in our little tribes, and we're just going against the other side and lobbing grenades, and it was horrible. It was my least favorite week to be in this business I think I've ever done. Because then, politics got involved, and then it was like the Des Moines Register against everybody because of the Carson thing. Oh, my God, it was horrible.
Bad times.
Just horrible. Okay, so there you go. Get up, it's game day. A shout out to our friends, the Kuberski brothers. Let's do a final in-depth breakdown here.
Okay.
I think... Listen, Iowa's not as bad as they looked last week. They're just not. Their offensive line is, in my mind, no doubt the best Iowa State will see all season long by a significant margin. I thought Kansas State would have, if I had to power rate the offensive lines Iowa State would see, earlier in the year, I would have put Kansas State 1 maybe. Maybe, but they were pretty dinged up when Iowa State played them, right? New offensive line coach. Didn't turn out to be the case. Iowa State's D-line, I thought, had one of the better performances in the last 5 years in that Kansas State game. Go and watch the tape of what the Iowa offensive line absolutely dominated. And it's Albany. I understand it, but their technique was great. The scheme was great in the running game.
It's a really good offensive line.
So that's what makes...
Is the running game going to be better than it was last year with Caleb Johnson?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know, but I do know from an Iowa State standpoint. That scares me because these games generally don't come down to who has the best skill players. It just generally doesn't come down to that. It comes down to who screws up on special teams, who throws a bad interception, where's an unfortunate fumble.
Well, it's really the turnover
penalties,
battle. The stat is the winner of the turnover battle is I think a team that has lost the turnover battle has not won this game in the last 11 years.
I would believe that. Yeah, I'm listen. Last 20 Cyhawk games, 17 of them have hit the under. That tells you that the team that, as you point out, turnovers, special teams, winning the margin. That's the team that generally wins this game. So. I'm giving Iowa an advantage, a pretty significant one, I think, on that offensive front versus Iowa State's defensive front. However, Rocco Becht, this is his third start in the Cyhawk game. He's seen the Iowa defense, and it really, right. It really doesn't matter who's in the Iowa defense. It's the same look.
Yeah.
Right now, like Cooper DeJean's better than most, right? But like it's the same type of look. So on the other side, like when you say who doesn't make the big mistake, who doesn't screw up, really at the point where I trust Rocco Becht to go out and win the football game for Iowa State. I have Iowa State 24-20 in this game. And I won't lie, I had it about 3 days ago. I was going to pick Iowa State like a 30-20 type thing. But the more I watched Iowa, I just think that I do think that they are going to have a drive in that game where it's the death by 1,000 paper cuts, and it's like, shit, 8 minutes into this thing, and Iowa's got it on the 20. Now, what can they do on the 20? Do they have to settle for a field goal? Is Gronowski in that passing attack and those tight ends good enough to get it in the end zone? I don't know. But that's what makes me really leery about picking anyone to win this game by 2 touchdowns or by 2 scores, because I think Iowa shortens this football game, and I think they're going to be able to do it. Who screws up less? I'm trusting the veteran quarterback in Rocco. 24-20 Cyclones.
Okay.
Cheers. Anyone? This guy is so pissed right now.
Iowa fan.
He's like glaring at me.
He's front and center, just staring
Samson's friend.
right through your soul. I agree with a lot of your analysis, and I think Iowa is going to try to have a lot of drives that take up a lot of time and keep the ball on the ground. And they're going to keep the ball on the ground with Gronowski. And maybe the fact that Gronowski is the runner that he is, maybe that does make Iowa a better rushing attack than last season because they have that +1 in Gronowski. I think Iowa is going to have to try to loosen up Iowa State's defense. And I don't trust Kirk Ferentz to do that until they're down by double digits. I think that...
Which double digits in this game, if you get down, it's like...
And I think that when they do that, they will finally have to let Gronowski open it up a little bit. And I think he will look better. And I think Iowa will have some success on the ground, but Iowa State will be able... Iowa State knows what's coming. Like, if you increase the numbers like they did last year, and they'll eventually be able to stop that run if Iowa doesn't adjust. I trust Rocco Becht way more than I trust Mark Gronowski. I think that the special teams, which is usually slam dunk for Iowa, is close. I mean, I think that both have good field goal kickers. I think Iowa might have a little bit of an edge in the punting game, but not like they used to with Torrey Taylor. So that's closer than it used to be. And I think Iowa State is just a better team than Iowa is right now.
The midseason thing looms over this, right? Like that question over, we still don't
when
really...
would you rather play?
Yeah.
I mean, if this game was in a month, maybe I would feel different. But right now, Iowa State is the better team. I asked Brady Quinn yesterday, how would you power rate this game? And he said, Iowa State is 10 points better than Iowa.
Yeah,
he said, this game, it will be closer than that.
Yeah. I think with what we've seen, that's fair.
And listening to Legends and Listeners and Chad Leistico and Scott Docterman, I thought they put it well in that there are a multitude of ways Iowa State can win this game. There's a much narrower path for Iowa to win this game. Now, they've done it before. Kirk Ferentz has done this many times. But Iowa State is a better team, and I think they have more ways to win this game, many more options. And so I can't pick Iowa to win the game. I think Iowa State's going to get out to a double-digit lead, and Iowa is going to have to then start throwing the football. I think that they will have some success doing that late. I think it's a 10-point game. Iowa kicks a field goal, cuts it to 7, gets the ball back, but can't score a touchdown, and Iowa State wins it something like 24-17.
So we're both over the total? I think the total is at like 41.
Well, I'm at I'm right at it.
Yeah, we're both right at it. The other interesting part of this, because the reason, like, when the schedule came out, I didn't love it for Iowa State because I was like, you're going to be dinged up. Iowa State's probably, I mean, we don't know.
Did you look at your power ratings, by the way? What do you had the show with Bloom earlier this week
Yeah,
where
hold
you
on.
were looking at.
I can pull that up.
And I
Give me a
thought it
second.
was interesting because you
give me a
looked
second.
at
I'll pull it right up.
if Iowa was going on the road playing a team ranked similarly to Iowa State right now, what the line would be.
For what it's worth, it's not my power ratings. It's VSIN's. It's my guy Tim Murray.
Sure,
is who I like
sure.
to go
but
off
you,
of.
like you said, you go on if you have to go on the road to.
Yep.
Let's just who's a team ranked close to Iowa State at 13, 14, 15. If you have to go on the road to Michigan,
South
what's that spread
Carolina.
going to be? If you have to go to South Carolina, Iowa would be a 9-point underdog. This game, the rivalry is taken into account. The fact that this game is always close is taken into account.
What you want,
so
right?
I'd like to know, what does that power rating say? How much better is Iowa State than Iowa in the power ratings?
It's
got to be more than 3.
They were about 5 points better.
Okay,
is what I could see.
And Brady said 10.
Yeah, but Vegas, this is why I always go with Vegas, because they don't overreact. Like, they're not going to change their power ratings
really
too much off of, Gronowski threw one over the guy's head and we've watched it a million times. Like, they don't do that. They go off of the last 3 years, which it's just a little more stable. But, yeah, they had Iowa State is, in general, about 5 points better than Iowa as far as power ratings go.
I've never, I don't think, thought that Iowa State was a better team in this matchup than I do for this one. Like, there have been many years where I've picked Iowa State for one reason or another.
Yeah.
But I didn't think in many of those years that they clearly had a better team. I think they do right now. And maybe Iowa evolves and Gronowski's better and the cornerbacks step up and the linebackers for Iowa. I don't know. I think it's Iowa right now has more holes than Iowa State. And it's in Ames, and it's Campbell's time, and he's proven time and time again this over the last year or so that he's busting these narratives in one-score games and all that. And I just think this is his time. And look at what Iowa's done against ranked teams.
Yeah, you have that step. It's really bad.
They've lost 9 straight games against ranked teams dating back to the Penn State win in 2021. And they have not covered in a single one of those games. So not only are they're losing some games, they might be
they're
favored
losing
in.
a lot of these games by 30.
Yeah.
But they're also playing number 2, number 7, number 4, number 2. I mean, Iowa State's good, but they're not. This isn't like an Ohio State
It's not number 2
roster.
Ohio State. Yeah, it's not number 3 Ohio State last year at the Horseshoe. But Iowa has not shown that they can beat a legitimately good team in a long time. They could beat teams that they're better than, but can they beat a team that might be better than them? I don't know.
Kind of kicks the narrative, too, of the Cyhawk game. Like, this could help Iowa this year in a big way.
Playoff-wise, absolutely.
Yeah. Because it used to kind of be like, well, why do we play this game?
I think a lot of fans still feel this way. Are there any fans here that want to see this rivalry go away? Iowa fans? Good. No Iowa fans want to see it go, but I know a lot of them that do. If my dad was here, we shouldn't play those clowns. They wore the beat Iowa back in '77. It pissed me off so much. We should never play them. Little brother.
But again, and I would go back to Iowa State in that day, like, you had to do stuff like that to get people to pay attention to you, right? Like, Pollard had to put up that billboard in eastern Iowa to get people to pay attention to him. And it's just kind of a different world. Well, this has been awesome. Thanks to Eggs and Jam for hosting us, and I hope that you guys all had an awesome time.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll be around to hang out for a little bit, and then we're going to be so Murph and Andy are going to be up in Polk City.
Polk City, yeah, that's not that far away. Is it like 20 minutes or so?
No, that's not a bad drive.
So they're live at 1 for their Friday shows. I love the Murph and Andy Friday show. It just puts you in a good mood.
You just love Sipker.
Well, yeah, I do love Sipker. Not as much as Kenzo over there, but did you see?
Oh my gosh,
you got a picture of him without his glasses?
Yeah, he looked like he was like 60 years old.
Was that online or was that just in our text thread? Because he looked horrible.
I'm glad that Mackenzie could afford to drive here today after being hacked on.
True story, Mackenzie.
PayPal.
I was telling Williams this off the air. Yesterday, I'm on set at CBS Sports HQ. I'm doing a live hit with Mackenzie Brooks, who is the face of our Sportsline model at CBS Sports HQ, and she gives out picks for games. And I called her Kenzo. I was like, thanks, Kenzo. She's probably like, what? Why would you call me Kenzo? What? I don't even know why she calls herself Kenzo, but thanks to everybody for coming out.
This is great. Love you guys. Appreciate you all very much.
Looking forward to shaking hands and kissing babies after the show.
This is our 3rd year anniversary doing this. This is our 3rd Cyhawk game on Iowa Everywhere.
That's right. And we're a year in now to Murph and Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. They started a year ago on Labor Day.
Aiden, great job. Thank you.
Thanks, Aiden. This is hard to pull off these internet broadcasts. We appreciate it. Eggs and Jam's been an awesome host. Friends from Fareway, Carbless, Wyckoff Feeding and Cooling all showed up. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else. Those are the ones that I saw. And then
we got a lot
we'll
more
be
to
back
talk
on
about.
At 4 o'clock. Come join us.
A lot more to talk about at Big Grove.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
barely hit the surface of some Cyhawk talking points, and I've got a lot of questions to ask. Now bend over. Let me show you where that goes. I got a lot of questions to ask Scott Docterman, who predicted Iowa would go 10-2.
There
See
we
if
go.
he's wavering a little bit. I think he might be.
Busy day here on Iowa Everywhere. Thanks, everybody. Take care.